Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today I have quite the haul for you. I loaded up, you guys. I went into the Bluemercury store by my house and I stocked up. I went in there knowing I was gonna pick up a couple of products that I know and love, and then I ended up getting a ton more products that were on my wish list that I have been wanting to try for a long time. And then I got a chance to talk to an associate there who educated me on some other products, and I just was like, take my money. And I am excited because I've been playing with these for the last week and I wanna share some clear standout products, what I love about them and why, including a powder foundation. And powder foundations aren't like usually what I gravitate towards, but this one is very special and very unique, and it's from a brand that I don't really hear talked about on YouTube, and I don't know why, because it is an exceptional brand. So we're gonna dive into that, and before we do, I wanna mention that this video is in partnership with Bluemercury. They are celebrating their anniversary with their anniversary sales event, and it goes from September 15th through September 22nd. You can save 20% off your purchase of $150 or more if you are a Blue Rewards member. The Blue Rewards program is their free loyalty points program. And if you're not a member, it's a totally free program. I'll have the information in the description box below. You can sign up, again, totally free, and you'll actually get free standard shipping on your order, including today. In addition to the 20% off $150 or more, they also have a gift with purchase through the month of September, which is really amazing. I got one because like I said, I spent quite a bit there. I got some good stuff. With a purchase of $200 or more, you get their 12-piece deluxe size sample bag of goodies, and there are some good stuff in here, you guys. There's La Mer, Kiehl's, Orbet. I mean, you know, just all of these great products in here for, you know, traveling or just to, you know, try out. M61, this is the Bluemercury in-house skincare brand. Love this. I actually picked up some of their products. And Bumble Invisible Primer Spray. So lots of goodies here. Again, this is a free gift with purchase when you spend $200 or more during the month of September. So I will have all of that information in the description box below. So don't worry, you don't have to rewind or remember it all. I will have it all down below. Another thing I want to mention before we get started in the haul is that in their Blue Rewards program, you earn $10 for every $250 that you spend. And this is online or in store. So it's a really great rewards program. So if you're not a member of the Blue Rewards program, sign up. I'll have all the information down below. Okay, you guys, let's jump in because I have a lot to share and I don't want this video to be an hour long. Okay, so let's start with, what should we start? Let's start with skincare because I picked up a few new skincare products and I'm really excited to try these. I haven't had a chance to try all of them, but I'm gonna explain what I got them and why. So I picked up a couple of boxes of eye masks. One thing that I wanna start doing is wearing eye masks when I'm doing my makeup. So typically I always do my foundation first, but I thought, you know what? Why don't I put eye masks on while I do my eye makeup? Then once my eye makeup is done, I can remove them. I can remove any fallout because it'll catch fallout from your shadow. And then I can do my skincare. So I can do my foundation and concealer. So I'm getting those skincare benefits under the eye, prepping the under eye area for concealer, and I'm also catching any fallout. So I use the Rodial Snake Jelly Eye Patches. These are great. You keep them in the freezer or the refrigerator. Actually, I put mine in the refrigerator. It says you can freeze them, but I put mine in the refrigerator, and they just really help with puffiness. Putting that cold mask under the eyes really helps alleviate puffiness or swollenness under the eyes. I tend to get really puffy in my face. So I got these for that. I also picked up a box of the Patchology Mood Patch Perk Up eye patches. I have not had a chance to use these, but they have a bunch of different variety of Patchology masks. This one has green tea, bergamot, and white mulberry, and you get 5 of these in this pack. So excited to use those. I've really been into masking lately. I don't know, it just feels not only like my skin needs the extra treatment, but also it just feels like a great time for self-care, and it's kind of like an experience. So I picked those up. I also picked this up, which I'm so excited to try. This is the CO Eye Smile and Smile Lift patches. So here you can see a little diagram. They're actually supposed to lift. We put them on the side of the eye and then kind of in your smile lines, and they're supposed to kind of lift and help with crow's feet, laugh lines. It's a medical grade silicone. They're just gonna kind of read you what I see off the back of this. Patches comfortably hug your skin, gently compressing it to stay flat and smooth. Doctor recommended patches intensify hydration and support skin's ability to retain moisture, minimizing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. See results in just a few hours. So I will keep you guys posted on this. Really excited to try that. And then I picked up a great just moisture mask from Lunaster, and I've actually used this one before. They have a variety of, I think they have a detox one, they have a hydrate, and there's another one that they have, but I love the hydrate. This is by Lune and Aster, which is their in-house brand, and it's just, you know, a standard face mask. So I picked this up as well. Okay, so let's dive into this foundation that I mentioned. Really excited about this, and I'm gonna be honest, okay? I wouldn't have walked by display and necessarily grabbed this product, but I stopped by the Jane Iredale display in the store, and the Jane Iredale rep was in store, and he was just very magnetic. Like, he just had this very magnetic personality, and I just felt like I'm gonna go talk to him. him, you know? And he was so knowledgeable about, you know, all Jane Iredale products, but he told me about their mineral pressed powder foundation. Now, I don't really wear a lot of powder foundations, so I was a little, you know, I was a little like skeptical, but very open and interested because I could tell he knew his stuff. So I purchased this, and you actually get the compact, and it's a refillable pressed powder. So when you get it, you get the compact, and then you buy the powder, and then you put it in there, and then next time you just buy the powder to refill it. This is such a beautiful foundation. Like I want to remove the word powder foundation and just say it's a beautiful foundation, period. It looks so natural. It does not have a like powder super matte finish to it. It blurs texture and pores and fine lines. I have it on today. I do recommend using a primer underneath it or applying your moisturizer just a few minutes before you apply the powder. So you don't want to apply this on like bone dry skin. You want to have some hydration, some product there to kind of grip the product. Now, depending on how you apply it will depend on the coverage that you get. I used a pretty dense powder brush to apply it so I could get good coverage. You could also use a large fluffy brush to get lighter coverage, or you could use a sponge to get the most coverage. I also picked up the like setting spray that he recommended. He says these two really go together. So you apply this, but then you set it with this product, and it just seals everything in, makes it all day wearing, and it also removes any like, it just makes it look more skin-like. At first I was like, no thanks, so it's okay, I have plenty of setting sprays, but he was like, no, this one was actually created to work with this one. And he was like, you need to get them both. So I was like, okay, give them to me both. Love this, you guys, love this. If you are skeptical about powder foundations, but you want to try one, highly recommend. Highly recommend. In fact, I have to say Jane Iredale is a brand, I'm familiar with it. I've used their products in the past. It's not a brand that I see kind of, you know, talked about a whole lot on social media, but it is so good, you guys, so good. If you haven't tried it, you have to try it. Super high quality, clean, natural, mineral, beautiful pigment, beautiful payoff. It performs as well as any high-end premium cosmetic line, and it's just really good for your skin. So I also picked up a blush from Jane Iredale, a little powder blush. This is the shade Barely Rose, and I was looking at this on the display and I was like, that color looks really beautiful. And he's like, that's our best seller. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I love this blush. It is so beautiful. It's this really pretty soft, peachy pink. Literally the perfect shade for, I mean, anyone like light to medium tannish. It's a great everyday shade. It's matte, so it's not going to add any shimmer to the skin, but it does have a really pretty sheen finish to it. So it looks almost like a creamy powder. Very hard to explain, but beautiful. Nicely pigmented, goes on easy, blends out easily. Love this. This is gonna be my go-to blush. Seriously, these two together, I'm gonna wear these all the time. It's just easy, quick, but flawless makeup. I also picked up another blush that I'd been dying to try, and I've had so many of you recommend that I get. I picked up the RMS Beauty blush, the Redimension Hydra Powder Blush. Now, I had walked by these a few times, and I have to say, they're one of those products that you walk by and you're like, oh, that looks so pretty. But the colors looked really bold to me, and they looked very shimmery, so I was kind of like, oh, that looks pretty, but I don't know if it's my kind of thing. But this one is called Maiden's Blush. This is the shade. And this was one of those products that I walked by and I said, you know, everyone keeps asking me to review this. It looks beautiful. We're gonna give this a try. And I'm so glad I did. These blushes are highly pigmented. I will say that, very pigmented. If you are someone like me, I shouldn't say this is how you have to do it, but if you're someone like me that likes a little bit of a softer application, especially when you're working with a blush with shimmer, use a big fluffy brush. The smaller, more dense brush you use, the more product is going to apply. This particular shade actually doesn't have quite the level of shimmer that you'd expect. It actually surprised me. It's a really beautiful sheen, but you definitely get some light reflection in these. I added it on top of the Barely Rose blush from Jane Iredale just so you guys could kind of see the level of shimmer. Very soft, but again, I applied it with a very soft light brush. They come in some beautiful colors. RMS is a brand that I've tried a few products from and liked, and I'm interested and curious to try more. So if you've tried RMS products that you love, will you let me know down below? I remember trying their little eye paints and really liking those. I picked those up at Bluemercury as well. Okay, let's share an eyeshadow palette. So Kevyn Aucoin is a brand that I adore, and I don't have a whole lot of products from them, but everything that I've tried from them is like never ever disappoints. Super high quality. So they had a little series of these little mini palettes on display, and this color scheme really caught me. I mean, it looks pretty neutral and basic, but I love that there's a like a purpley taupey shade here, and then you've got some bronze shades, and then you have two really great shades for your crease and a highlight color. This palette really has every single thing you need to create a complete look, and you get a warm option and then you get a cool tone option. So I grabbed it, really great quality, blends out so easily, perfect size for traveling. I'm doing a whole lot of traveling these days, so I thought this will be my like go-to travel palette. And again, they have them in other shades. This was my favorite though. This is the shade Light. Love, love. Okay, so I did stock up on two products that I love from these. These are highly recommended, super great quality products. So two products that I went in on my list to restock up on was the Trish McEvoy Intense Gel Eyeliner. I had to make sure I got that name right. Now I have this in black, and it is the best gel eyeliner, black gel eyeliner that I own. It is so creamy and silky. It feels so comfortable when it goes on the skin. It's so richly pigmented, so it's not a pencil you have to go back and forth on to get intense pigment. Like, you get it. And it is very soft and creamy, so you have some time to manipulate it if you want to smoke it out or blend it out. But once it sets, it stays in place, which I love, because you want the best of both, right? You want something that's going to be long wearing and stay all day, but you want something that's creamy and gives you some time to work and manipulate. Also, it being super creamy makes it really comfortable to apply like on the waterline or to tight line the eye, which is what I use the black one for. I still have plenty of the black, so I picked up the shade Aubergine, which is, let me show you, and it has this little smudger on the back if you like to use that. So Aubergine is just this really rich kind of, this is so beautiful. Like, I hope you can see this I hope this translates on the camera, but it almost looks like a gel pot. Like the consistency when you put on the hand, do you see how shiny and creamy that is? It literally looks like a gel from a pot. That's what it looks like. But once it dries, it sets and stays in place. It's in a pencil. Love, love, love this. Pick these up. If you don't own these, you will love these, especially if you have sensitive eyes. You don't want a lot of tugging or messing with the eyes. These are great. I also restocked on my Lune & Aster mascara. This is the Cosmic Growth Mascara. So this mascara has ingredients that actually help support healthy lash growth. It's also a phenomenal mascara. It's what I have on my eyes today. I'll give you guys a little close up. I do have a little lash primer on today. I typically always do a lash primer, but this is a great one. I had purchased the Chantecaille mascara, like, I don't know, a couple years ago from Bluemercury, because that is a phenomenal, that one is like one that's a cult classic product, but it's pretty pricey. And I remember going in to restock it, and someone there was like, you should try the Lune & Aster. It's, you know, if you like the Chantecaille, you'll like this one. And this is really, really good. Just a great mascara performance-wise, but also the fact that it has lash growth and it supports healthy lashes is always a bonus. I'm always trying to do everything I can to help these little baby lashes of mine. Okay, you guys, let's move right along. Okay, I'm excited to share these. These are the Power Glow peel pads, but these are the Gradual Tan. This is from the brand M61, which is Bluemercury's in-house skincare brand. I have the original Glow peels. I actually shared that in my YouTube video earlier this year. Love them. If you like, it's just a really great product to give glowing skin. You'll notice the difference like the next morning. You use this one time, you'll notice the difference the next morning. But this has a self-tanner in it, so it's gonna give you a gradual tan on the face. You know, I work out most mornings, I'll go to the gym, and I usually apply a little bit of like a tinted SPF. One, for the SPF, but two, you know, I'm not gonna lie, to like kind of make my skin look a little better. But I notice when I have a tan on my face, you know, I need less makeup. So I'm excited to try these. I have not used these yet, but I love the original M61 Power Glow peel pads. So it's an exfoliating facial pad, has glycolic and salicylic acid in it. It also has vitamin K and chamomile. So love, love these in the original. I'm excited to try these. Okay, I also picked up an eye balm from Hourglass. This is the Equilibrium Intensive Hydrating Eye Balm. And this was one of those purchases that I was standing at the Hourglass counter. I actually picked up two products from Hourglass. And I hadn't really tried any Hourglass skincare aside from their Airbrush Primer and their Mineral Veil Primer. I hadn't tried any of the other skincare products. I noticed a couple of new ones there. So I opened this up, tried the tester, and I was like, give me this now. I have to have this. It is a pretty intense eye balm. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty rich, very intense. I wasn't quite sure if this was gonna be a nighttime only product or if I'd be able to wear this underneath concealer in the if I'd be able to apply it in the morning. It is super rich, you guys. Let me show you kind of the texture on my hands. I mean, it almost reminds me, not quite thick as Vaseline, but kind of like that texture. When you rub it on your hand, you are just like, you are sold. It feels so incredible on the skin, and it just emulsifies and turns into like this, it's just I would say oil, but no, it's not an oil, it's a pretty thick balm. So I applied this last night. I woke up with really, you know, hydrated under eyes. My under eye skin is, my whole face is getting much drier these days, and the under eye skin is the thinnest on the face, so that tends to dry out, you know. When everything else is drying out, you can bet that's drying out too. So I added this to my eyes last night, and I actually applied a little bit this morning before applying my skincare, or I'm sorry, my concealer, and it looks great. I've had my makeup on for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and there's no creasing. It looks really great. Tiny amount, literally like the tiniest amount. I also picked up a lipstick from Hourglass. This is the Ultra Slim High Intensity Refillable Lipstick, and I picked up the shade I've Been Kissed. I have it on my lips today with a gloss on top of it. Super pigmented, just a really pretty pink. You know, it's got a good punch of pink. It's kind of my, you know, the tones I typically wear, but it's a little bit brighter. Really richly pigmented. I love the packaging of this. It's so beautiful. I love the slim casing of it. Very easy to apply. You don't need a lip liner. So I applied this, and then I applied a little bit of the Trish McEvoy lip gloss in Berry. These are wonderful. They have a peppermint like scent to them. They feel so good on the lips, and then you have that, I'm gonna actually add a little more. You have that peppermint, smells so good. They're pretty sheer in color, but they're gonna give you a tint of color. I say that because it's good. You can wear them over lip products, or you can wear it by itself and it'll give you some color. Super shiny, high gloss, really like these. So last product to share, it's a body oil. I've really been obsessed with body oils these days. I have like 3 or 4 sitting on my vanity counter, and I'll mix them and use them on different days. But Indie Lee is a brand that I've seen and I had never tried before. So I was kind of like picking up their products, trying different things, and I saw this de-stress body oil. And kind of along the lines of self-care when I was mentioning in the masks, I'm really taking time to do a little self-care on my body. I've been dry brushing, doing exfoliating scrubs in the shower, you know, just all those little extra steps that you might skip, but that I've been trying to incorporate into my evening routine just to give myself a little bit more time, you know? And so I opened this, I sprayed it on my arm. When I got a whiff of the scent of this, I was like, oh my gosh, give me that right now. So it's a really nice light oil spray. It's not a, you know, pump, very light spray. Oh, this is when I wish you could smell through video. It says calm and rebalance. It doesn't say here on the bottle. I'm pretty sure this is like eucalyptus or lavender, or one of those scents that you smell when you walk into a very nice spa, you know, or you walk into a steam room and you just like get a whiff of that. It's not eucalyptus, I think it's lavender. I'm gonna look it up online and I will put it down. They had another one, but this was my favorite. They had another body oil version, but this scent just like was so intoxicating. It smelled so good, and I was like, okay, this is gonna feel good when I get out of the shower at night. I spray on my body and I just kind of take that in. It reminded me of like essential oils. Put a little essential oil in your hand, smell it when you go get a massage. You know how they'll do that, and your head will be done. They'll tell you to take a deep breath. That is what this smells like. So, so good. And very lightweight. Definitely recommend this if you haven't tried it. So that wraps up my haul. Quite a lot of products. I'll have them all listed and linked in the description box, along with the Bluemercury Anniversary Sale event details. Don't forget, save 20% off when you spend $150 or more if you're a Blue Rewards member. The code to use online is HAPPY20, and I'll have all of that listed and linked for you down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.